Hello there everyone, my name is Pincture and welcome back to another episode of Planet Crafter. We were letting the grass spread. I believe we hit moss and we're getting into proper plant life, as you can see they're popping up here. I was hoping to get to things such as animals soon, so I was expanding. You can see animals running, but there needs to be a certain amount of roughage for them to eat. If any of you don't know what roughage is, I made myself extremely old. It's what I just did there. Yes, I did check to see if I had oxygen capsules. No, I did not use one. Why? I like living dangerous. That's why. Because I'm insane. And that's a stupid thing to do. Because it is a stupid thing to do. Believe you me. Okay. We were kind of waiting out the timer for... That's moving pretty quick. I like that. Some of these things. Did I get any new screens? I built that one. So no. We're waiting out the timer to get this, which we should have by the end of the day. Don't know when I need to make it though. So it'll be an interesting thing to try and figure out. You probably won't notice, but I'm recording a day late because I was really sick yesterday. I'm much better now because I took the proper time to rest and recuperate myself. If I did not take the proper time, I will be in much worse condition. We're getting there, but it's slow. What do I have for power? Lots of excess power. Let's build some vegetubes. Magnesium. I never have any silicone when I look for it. I'll make a quick run over to my aluminum place. I don't have a uranium place yet. I will though. Man, that infinite uranium's gonna be delicious. See, the ambience over here makes it seem so much more dead. Like it should. Aluminum's not that radioactive. Guess I should grab all of these too. It's just not. Here it looks nice and cool and green. And when I get back over here, it's like all deserty. I hope when it does probably switch over to having plants and animals fully, that the biomes kind of switch up. Because maybe I get sandstorms blowing in from the desert over here, but not really. The desert still have sandstorms. This wouldn't have sandstorms. This would be an area that is covered in grass, preventing the kick-up of sand. There is not a drought going on. In fact, it is the most water this place has seen in likely centuries. I need to drink. I need more water. So I can accept like a sandstorm blowing in from the desert. But there's also not much reason for the desert to be the way it is, so... Yeah. I am missing a silicone. Because of course I am. One of the things I always seem to be missing. Oh, there's a good bit in there. For those of you who know me kind of outside of my online persona, well, that's not true. Most people who know me online don't know my real name. There's like maybe 2 or 3 people who have access to maybe 4 grand total. And I know a lot of people online, believe me. I interact with a lot of people. So, yeah. I keep my real life very separate from my online life in both facets. Most people in my real life don't know that I've been recording videos and uploading them for half a year by now, which is a big milestone. It's not like officially half a year, and I'll probably only celebrate when I get to a year, but that's still a big milestone. It's a huge deal. 150, 150. Do I have anything better? I do. What about you? Boom, 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 boom. So, yeah, most people in my real life don't know that I do this. And I'm fine with it being that way. Am I limiting myself severely? But yes, I am. I am limiting myself. That is a truth. I know that. I'm limiting myself a few ways. I haven't been doing shorts yet. I really should be doing shorts. But I have a hard time picking stuff out of my own content that I think would make good short content. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not a person who really understands the purpose of shorts. Maybe shorts are just a stupid metric anyways. That last one's probably true. Oh, that is one thing I've been meaning to do. One of my first subscribers told me his English wasn't very good on one of the comments, but he said he liked my voice. And he's probably not going to like it as much after I butcher the French language. Because I didn't learn Parisian French. I learned Quebecois French. So that locates me a little bit, but that's a big pull of people to listen to. And I could have moved because living there sucks. But bonjour. Comment allez-vous? Très bien. Comme ci, comme ça. Très mal. There's my standard responses for you. My very, very bad responses and my very bad French. I was never good at it in school. I wasn't good with languages in general. I have a friend who's very good with languages. She does a wonderful job. So, she envies my diction in my native language, but that was not something I got because of my native language. It was something I got because of my upbringing. I had to have good diction. It's also the reason I know sign language. My mother is 80% deaf. So she can hear with hearing aids, but not much else. She was born that way. Something to do with the ear hair in her ears not being sensitive for some reason. It decided that didn't want to work properly. As I'm just wandering around looking at things. I should collect some iridium while I'm here. I'm surprised I haven't gotten it yet. I'm almost at 500 MTI. So my mother, since I was born, and yeah, my mother and father always talked in sign language, because that's the other way my mother learned to speak. Because she couldn't pass as a hearing person, if she couldn't see your lips, if you didn't speak clearly, if you slurred your words together, she couldn't understand you. And a lot of deaf people will read your lips. It's just kind of something that they do. And they love if you try to sign to them. They always love it. Even if you're not professional grade amazing at it. Believe me. And it's really fast, it's really intense, but I love learning sign language. That was the one language that I understood better than my own. To the point of which I had to work a morning shift at my mom's workplace. And by morning shift, I mean we would be at work at 4 a.m. That sucked as a summer job, but it paid. And that was the important part. It paid me. I could live with it otherwise. I'm probably going to do a shorter video today just because I'm short on time. Maybe 25 minutes. I'll see how long I have to talk. And I was so dead tired in the morning because I refused to drink coffee. And I still refuse to drink coffee. It is a matter of principle. And it is a... not ready yet. Bologna, I say. It's a matter of principle to me. I don't want to be reliant upon something to keep me awake in the mornings. I think that is rather pointless. It's just... it makes me uncomfortable at a baseline to have to rely upon a literal drug that does not even solve the problem with drowsiness. It just passes it on to future me. That's what it does. That's the entire purpose. I can't wait to build teleporters. That's going to be fun. Sidebar. But, because I didn't drink coffee, I was dead tired. Because it was 3 a.m. Like any sane person would be dead tired. I need to drink water. I try to do that fairly regularly, though. I'm a very hydrated person. Even though I don't necessarily sound like it with a scratchy voice. The scratchy voice is because I was sick. Because I'm a sick. But I'm much better than I was yesterday. That much is very true. I want to see what is in orbit. Yes, since I can get more iridium, I'm not too concerned about turning my iridium into rods. It's just, I'll have to go harvest more if I need more. A little annoying, yes. Not terrible, though. Just noticed you. You, switch out for you. More efficient. I didn't finish the story. Yes, I apologize. I'm keeping you all here on pins and needles in suspense. That is a fault and a failure upon myself. I apologize. Early in the morning, because I was dead tired, I wouldn't speak to anyone. For a couple different reasons. I have the graveliest morning voice I have possibly experienced. Pardon me. Just so gravelly. Worse than I get now. Right now, I'm speaking in a lower register because I need my voice to carry. I need not put too much power behind it. I'm close to my mic. I almost max out my mic, but I sit mostly in my favorite zone. So, with the sensitivity I gave it. And so but I would sound grouchy. I didn't want to sound grouchy. I probably looked grouchy. I just signed. I communicated with my mother, who was there with me, that I would work with. I signed to her specifically about how much I hated being awake at that time, because I was 17, just a young little baby starting to work. That generally was bunch of baloney, hogwash, you may say. Harvesting. Yeah. Let's go pick up some algae. It go dark. Good thing I get constant solar power. Man, that would suck otherwise. Yeah, I would just sign constantly. In ASL specifically, but so I do know ASL. You're probably never going to get an example of it. I'm not fluent. I have a harder time understanding it, but I can communicate with it because I remember my alphabet. I know a few words. So, which is ultimately good enough for me. I want that ore extractor before I leave. That's all I want, game. Just give it to me. I want to be able to get osmium. Ooh, you are not having fun with some of the changes, game. Hold on. Hopefully it doesn't really show up through the video. I'd not be terribly happy if it did. Ah, yes, another great many. For bacteria samples. Yes. Let me see how expensive that is. I like how I still have ice here that I'm probably never going to use. I'll import it to the new world when it needs water. Okay, let's see. How expensive? Which is going to cost me. I can't make super alloy rods. Why must you do this to me? Where is it? How do I get super alloy rods now? Where are they? I'm not that far away. But if I had to guess on what goes into a super alloy rod, I could get a pretty good guess, I think. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Give me some silicon. Give me some aluminum. It's going to be a bunch of super alloy. Making batches of 3. And I do have renewable aluminum. Cobalt. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I have all these resources. I better use them. How many is it? 9. Am I likely to reach that today? No. But I can do the prep work. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I really am hurting for silicon, aren't I? I'm gonna want a few super light rods. Yep. Not enough, I'm short one. No, I'm finally using my resources that I hoarded. You hear that? It was all worth something. Maybe, probably. Let's stop mashing random buttons. 1. I really am just short on silicon every time, aren't I? Apparently silicon is more valuable to me. Where did I see all that? Aluminum. Not anymore, apparently. Did I take all that aluminum out of there? I really do all that? Damn, there's a bunch of silicon there. Oh, those iridium rods. Those valuables. Those valuables. Let's go check the aluminum mine. Yeah. Let's see if I can get this edited before I go to bed. I need to get some more sleep so I can fully recover. I do have to work a day job after all. This doesn't pay the bills quite yet. I hope that one day it'll pay some bills. Like, I don't want to pay out the nose bills. But like something where I can just set aside a half hour on a weeknight and record that week or the next week's episode and do a bit of editing and have it up and be good. And maybe it gives me $100 a month. I would be content with that. Honestly, that sounds pretty nice. Orbital information. Nice. Missing a piece of titanium, eh? More titanium, eh? Okay. Okay, I must take a look to see what the new screen is. I like having information. Why? Why must everything cost me osmium? I don't think I even have a spare osmium. Why must everything be so expansive? I'm sure if I searched, I'd find a new place for osmium. I'm so positive. But no. Pincher must never have more osmium. It is impossible. No, indeed. That might be the first time I've attempted an accent. Never will I be so confident as to say I did a good accent. Bah, humbug. We're near. Made it up to 50. Let's take it up faster, but not too much faster. So that's a little concerning. I want that heater though, because I want that fusion generator. Because I want, and ultimately I want the super alloy rod, and I'm probably gonna get it really soon. By that time, I'll get the seed spreader. I want this. Next episode, I'll try to remember to do that. It depends on how tired I am when I record the next episode, though. Really, it does. You really do, don't it? What does that say about me? Well, it says I'm forgetful, is what it says. Not much around that. 2-3 and map information. Oh, osmium. Always with the osmium. My non-renewable resource. Until hopefully I get that other one set up in the cave down that way. Anyways, I got stuck on those. Just go run this. I think it was a good day. It was a good day. Huh. I made it past 71, but I got that 1 hour and halfway in. I was close to 41. Might be a couple more episodes before I can actually make that thing. Unless I do some expansion, which I probably should do. I got the power for it. Maybe some rockets would help. Yeah, they probably would. Got the iridium rods. Yeah, I think next episode we'll be launching some rockets. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment too. Love to have a conversation. That's all. Have a great day.